There are many pleasures to be had in this world. Women are one of the greatest pleasures that a man can have. I don't mean the act of raising children, and I don't mean companionship, friendship of a feminine nature. I mean the pleasures of the flesh when a man involves himself with a woman. As men, we have to take heed. We have to be cautious. And we have to realize that the amount of dopamine released into our system from just one seminal fluid ejaculation is enough to fool your brain into thinking that you are 110% in love and that this woman is meant for you and only you. I've seen men fall from reality, fall into pure delusion after one encounter with a woman. This is something that we're all susceptible to, that we could all easily just one day wake up and be in a state of pure cognitive dissonance when it comes to reality. Women, the true power that they wield is a power that's not really talked about. It's a power that exists only with them. It's a neurotoxin, and it lies in their vaginal secretions. It's known as Bactrim. There's been heavy media outreach to suppress this information, to control it. However, for those of you that have been with women, have you ever been with a woman and you knew she wasn't too attractive? You knew that she was mediocre at best and not really a woman you want to be seen in public with. However, somehow, some way, the condom found its way off, and after a few sessions, a few ejaculations, a few dips in her pool, she looked different to you. Her eyes seemed to glisten. Her hair had a shine. Her flesh seemed heavenly. This is the power of Bactrim. This is the power of women. How many times in your life have you heard a woman say, "If I have sex with a man 2 or 3 times without a condom, he'll be mine"? How many times have you heard a woman say, "If I can cook for him, he'll be mine"? What is she doing to the food? What's really going on? One minute you go from having a woman who's at best a fuck buddy and at worst a friend that sometimes she gives you head to she's spending the night, to she has a drawer with a few clothes in it and a toothbrush. The invasion of your property, the invasion of your mind from a woman starts once the sexual relations begin. Because we as men don't have the advantage, even in that arena. Women do. I believe it's a very specific design. Women are designed to entrap us. They take everything we have inside of them. They take our phalluses inside of them. They take our seeds inside of them. They take our money. They take our mindset. They take all that we have. And we as men are left drained. And we're left willing and wanting to give more and more. It's an involuntary slavery, an involuntary servitude. The power that they wield with this neurotoxin cannot be understated. The power of Bactrim. As men, how often has it been in our lives where everything is going smooth, where we're stacking our money, we're living our lives, everything is looking up. Whatever we're trying to do seems to be succeeding. However, the minute you start to get too comfortable with that woman that you're with, the minute you start to think, well, I woke up earlier than her, I'll just let her sleep at my house. Or you're thinking, she won't go through my things. None of this is, dangerous. She's a benefit to me. She gives me pleasure. I enjoy looking upon her. I like her body and her form. The second you start to think that, the moments when you feel this comfort, this at ease, she's going through everything you have at your home. If you have a phone that, say you deactivated it, you better believe she's trying to figure out the password to get into it. This is the reality of the situation. She's learning everything about you so that she can control you further. Because women, while they may not have the strength, they do have the deviousness of mind, the cunning, and the guile to hit you right where it hurts, to hit you in a spot where it's guaranteed to put you down. That's why women want to spend your money. They're not just spending it frivolously, believe it or not. I believe they're spending your money for several reasons. One is to make sure you're not taking out any other girls. Two is to control you mentally, to make you think, oh, you're having a good time frivolously wasting your money. And three, the time that she's taking with you, slowly draining out your life, slowly draining out all that creative energy and leaving you in a pool of your own mess. Most men never see this. Most men can't see past the tits and the ass. The reality is, we're all in a state of pure danger around women. The idea, when you were a child, to finger a girl, to touch her finger, to touch your finger inside of her, and then smell it. What are you doing? Little do you know you're exposing yourself as a child to that woman's Bactrim, to that woman's neurotoxin. And you're rendering yourself innate. You're nullifying your cognitive function. You're limiting your potential. And you're addicting yourself to that woman. That's how we have high school sweethearts that they get married in high school, they have a relation from high school, and then it goes on for maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years until she finally gets tired and decides, you know what, I think I can do better. I want more. That's the reality of the situation. The reality is, women have always had the power. They control our minds and make us believe whatever they want. And we just sit back and let it happen. Because our fathers, our uncles, our grandfathers, they themselves were victims of the trap. They themselves fell deep within the snares that they push us towards because they honestly didn't know any better. It's a generational deception. Generation after generation after generation believing one thing, pushing one thing. Hold the door open for her. Make sure she gets home safe. Meanwhile, she's got you and who knows how many other men wrapped around her finger. It's to the point where they don't even care for seducing men anymore. They seduce each other. Women seducing women. Women hunting women. Because we as men, we're no longer a thrill. We're no longer a challenge. We no longer put up a chase that is worthy of discussion. They've gotten so good with controlling us that some women can even tell a man, hey, I'm seeing other guys and I will get back to you. And a lot of men are okay with this. They say, you know what? I'm okay with knowing that it's just my turn. When it's my turn, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go as deep as I can. I'm going to make a huge impression on her. Little do you know, she's so, I'm not going to say damaged, but she's so overwrought in her ability to control, her ability to deceive, the fact that whatever she says, society will take her side, that it doesn't even matter what you do. Your accomplishments, your accolades as a man, they mean, honestly, nothing. Unless she decides that you meet whatever criteria she wants to be a valid servant for her for a time. And her power, it lies between her legs. And it always has been there. We as men have been pushed by our mothers and by this world, by society, to focus solely on that, to chase that, to let women sit around and say what they like about us the best. And every man ultimately, if he's truly capable of entertaining reality, if he's truly got a shred of decency and dignity and humanity and moral fiber left in him, he knows in the back of his mind that only a civilization that's ruled by whoredom cares about penis size. Something to think about. Peace.